Mahomes arrived looking to be the first three-peat since, when was the last, there's never been a Super Bowl three-peat, I believe. Did the Steelers win 3 in a row in the 70s?
I'm not sure.
Well, Derek will call. No. But either way, looking to do something Brady never did, which is win 3 straight Super Bowls. And I just landed on this. I am shocked by this. So, Scheim, Wiggy, Courtney, we'll all give our opinion here. So, I do not believe with Patrick Mahomes, this Patriots team is in the Super Bowl. I don't think they're likely an AFC Championship team. I'd say their ceiling is probably like 11 wins. Scheim, you believe the Patriots, as currently constituted, everything remains the same. You put Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. What is their ceiling?
I think they win I think they're in the AFC Championship game minimum and are favorites to make it to the Super Bowl.
Holy cow!
Agreed.
Yeah,
this defense is as good as the Kansas City defense was last year, and that's all. That's all Patrick Mahomes needed because he makes a couple plays, gets a couple turnovers, and boom, you win every game.
But
their offense isn't talent-wise on paper. It's not like it's Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, a bunch of studs. It's really Travis Kelce and then just a bunch of
And all regular season, Kelce was just kind of half of what he had been the previous few years.
And he's not the same. Yeah, he's definitely not the same Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I think you're underestimating Joe Thuney. You're underestimating the Andy Reid offense there. You're underestimating McCole Hardman. Who is the Patriots? So Ramondre Stevenson is, I guess, I don't know. I watched the Chiefs last year, and yes, Mahomes is a magician, but their offense in every other element was better than the Patriots' offense.
Well, that's because of Mahomes, right?
So you think all the receivers here, are, just like with Brady, are all much better?
Oh, yes. Like, you think about this. Remove Travis Kelce from the situation. Their second best wide receiver on that team is Rashee Rice, who was, I believe he was a rookie last year. Right? And he had
not a great driver.
No. And he had 938 yards on the season. And then you start to look after that, then it's Isaiah Pacheco, who's a running back.
If Patrick Mahomes had a healthy Kendrick Bourne, he's a 1,000-yard receiver.
I mean, but I would say the Patriots with Tom Brady in his final year went 12-4.
Yep.
And they lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
Are you saying that the biggest difference is the defense then isn't what it is now?
Yes. I also think Patrick Mahomes could do more with less at that point, like at this point, than Tom Brady could at that point. You know what I mean? Like Tom Brady was still the greatest of all time, and he could still win in the biggest moments. But Patrick Mahomes can just do more with less than what Tom Brady could at that point.
Right. Mahomes is more where Brady was in 2006 and elevating than he was in 2019.
And they elevate in different ways, right? Mahomes has the ability to, when things break down physically with his legs and be able to get out of crazy situations and find somebody, after a play is broken down. Where Brady is more mental and could do all these type of things pre-snap and make sure he's getting the ball to the right receiver. So that's why I think when you start to look at, Brady at older Brady, you got to put some good pieces around him. Whereas Mahomes being a younger guy and where he is, he can make something out of nothing, and then he's very talented when he gets outside the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, textures, so you can text the show 37937 on the Subaru of New England text line. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 207, the Chiefs line is so much better than ours. That's why we lost. That's why Tampa lost to why the Chiefs lost to Tampa. They bolstered it.
But the Chiefs were still in the Super Bowl with a bad offensive line.
Chiefs have Hollywood Brown. Mahomes would get smashed behind the Pats' offensive line. I mean, this is like the national debt of disagreeing here.
The Chiefs just got Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, he's never played with Patrick Mahomes until this year. I mean, they haven't even taken a snap together yet.
So you think this Patriots team wins what, 12 games?
With Patrick Mahomes? 12-5 sounds right. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, with this, Curtis, they're going to have a top 5 defense, and then you'd have the greatest quarterback by far in the NFL. Yes, they absolutely win 12
So then
games.
why didn't they do more to go after, I don't know who was available, but if they had just got Lamar Jackson, you think this team is in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they're winning. Lamar Jackson wins 70% of his regular season games
it's a
every
different
year.
team.
That's why we all wanted him.
Well, he's so
Then why aren't people more pissed at Kraft?
Well, I think
They should be.
I think people are. When you start to think about the NFL, and we've talked about this, it's about your quarterback. And if your quarterback is at and there's only one of them. But if your quarterback is Mahomes status or Josh Allen status or Lamar Jackson status, they're instantly gonna elevate you. Now, there's no guarantee you win a Super Bowl, but you are gonna be a Super Bowl
contender
or favorite, or, based on what the team you have around. Like, if Lamar Jackson is here or Josh Allen is here with this defense, aren't people talking about the Patriots being, a team that should be competing for a Super Bowl?
So then if you think Drake Maye is going to play and you think Drake Maye is great, why isn't this team a playoff team?
Well, because I disagree with Scheim as of right now. Drake Maye is not on the level of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
I don't think he's going to be that good right away. That's why I have them at like 7 or 8 wins. But that's why I have them blowing past the 4.5 win total. I think that's that number should minimum be 5.5, 6.5. Like that, they are absolutely. I don't think there's any way they lose or they win less than 6 games.
It's like
if Maye is playing the entire year.
C.J. Stroud, we think he's a really good quarterback, but I don't think Houston's a Super Bowl contender. They're a playoff team, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender just yet.
Yeah, I feel like the Patriots are. I'm with Scheim on the win total. I think what everybody forgets, because we've all wanted to forget last year. It was awful. Mm-hmm. Watching that team last year was just. It wasn't real football. I mean, even that Washington game that Courtney was at was just. I mean, the home slate sucked. Mm-hmm. They were not good. The Saints game was one of the worst games I can ever remember. Following up the Cowboys loss. Mm-hmm. If the offense is baseline, just not an abomination, not the worst thing we've ever seen, they're a couple games better.
And how many wins do you think they have this year?
I think 7-10.
7-10. That's 7-10.
Great record.
So imagine.
Get the duck boats ready.
So imagine 7-10 without Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes. Imagine if you have Patrick Mahomes. Now, isn't he good for our next at least
3? Yeah, they're 10 wins with Patrick Mahomes. I don't think 12. I think they're a 10-17.
All right, so they're a 10-win team, and maybe your defense sneaks you one more. But I would say they're somewhere between 10, 11 wins, which is gonna put you right in the mix
if they don't get them killed.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to remember City. So I mean, what is the so you have Dave? I mean, I love.
You got Andrews.
Gresh, I hope you're enjoying Bermuda listening into the offensive line talk here in July. But you have David Andrews at center, Onwenu at right tackle.
Yep.
You have Cole Stranger than you at left guard.
No, Cole Strange won't be starting because of the injury. It'll be Nick Leverett.
City So will probably be the other guard.
And who's the other guard?
Nick Leverett.
And
the kid you just signed? You signed from Tampa, Nick Leverett.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then it's your left tackle.
Chuck Sikorafor.
Okay. So
I actually
not great.
I know. I actually think City So could take a massive step forward this year. He showed a lot of potential at guard last year.
Greg actually was talking to me last night. He said the exact same thing.
It's crazy because Gresh makes fun of me all the time. I ripped the crap out of City So when they drafted him because they drafted him as a tackle. He's got the shortest arms in the game.
Right.
But you know what? Don't need long arms to play guard,
no.
And that's what he's really good at.
Short arms is what Santo has in Capitol Grill.
And he had a 4 percentile arm length.
And he was actually pretty good when he played at guard last year, City.
He was.
He wasn't a turnstile. I think he was better than
Cole Strange.
Yes, so it's people always say the offensive line, and yeah, I know that's a big part of it. But when you look at Kansas City's offensive line, Donovan Smith's their left tackle. Is Donovan Smith like Walter Jones?
No, he almost got Brady killed.
Right.
Yeah, he stinks.
Right, and then so other than the center, the Humphreys kid and Joe Tooney.
And last year they had Juwan Taylor, who was offsides on every single play.
Right. So they don't call it.
True, fair point.
So I think you've seen it in the past with the Patriots, especially. I understand the coaching was different, but with Dante Scarnecchia, it's getting guys to play a little bit better, play above their talent. But when you have a great quarterback, it doesn't make the offensive, it helps the offensive line, right? So when you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes, that actually helps the offensive line because he can make the right read and get the ball out of his hands quickly and do some of the things when it does break down and get out of the pocket. Same with Brady. When you have a guy that's smart, he's always making the best read. So the offensive line might not look as bad because the ball's constantly out of his hands. A guy like Lamar Jackson, it's hard to tell because he's such a great athlete. He makes that offensive line look good. So when you start to look at these players, and if you have decent talent, those type of quarterbacks, like Josh Allen, elevate everybody around it, or they're able to hide some of those warts that you don't see because of their skill set.
Right. Patrick Mahomes is football's nice Instagram filter. It makes everything look nice.
Exactly.
And by the way, but it's wild. Everybody on the text line disagrees with you guys. Mahomes would have a worse line, a worse coach, no reliable big play threat. Scheim's whole theory is based on Mayo continuing to keep the defense on a Bill Belichick level of play. I question Mayo's ability to keep that level. Wiki's an idiot. I did not text that.
It's all right.